Everyone, in a previous video, we talked about Linux and the difference between Linux and Windows, as well as the C programming example, right? So, I will shortly review the past video and we will learn about how to save our C programming language in Linux. And then we can go to the next step of the computer structure and system, alright? Okay, if you download my lecture in our iCampus site, you can check the steps in detail. So with my video clip, you can also refer my lecture slide. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me via Kakao, SMS, as well as emails. All right. Okay. So you can go to the PuTTY program, and then you can click swin.skku.edu server, and then you can log in with the common, the shared ID and password. In my case, I have my personal ID, so I can put my ID here and then put the password, and I log in our INI 성균관 University Cluster Linux server. Okay, so if you want to check my files under this directory, you can use the ls, right? But maybe the background is so dark, so I want to change the dark one. So I can go to the change settings and colors and use system colors and the green. It is up to you. So you can use the ls to check all files in this directory, okay? So when I put the ls command here, as you can see on the screen, there are 4 files here, right? And we already made our the hello.c examples similar to this screen. Wait. Right? So that is the step 7, but as a beginner, sometimes it is a little difficult and tedious for the making a simple C code with the VI and Linux environment, right? So if you want to check this example from step 1, as I mentioned, you can download my lecture slides, and then you can check from chapter 1, not chapter, step 1, okay? So after login, you can check the Linux the screen similar to this portal, right? So you can make your own directory with your first English name before making your own Linux ID and password generation. So mkdir is the abbreviation make directory. Okay, so that is the command for making directory in Linux. Okay, so after that, you can go to the step 3, check your own directory with your first name. All right, so if you put the ls, you can check your own directory with your first English name, okay? And in step 4, you can go to your own directory with the cd. So cd means we want to move to the proper directory, okay? So you can if you want to go to your own directory, you can use the cd command, and in step 5 you can check your existence with your own directory, right? My first English name is Hayoung, right? So in this screen, you can check the current directory is Hayoung. Different from me, maybe your English first name is your own current directory. And if you want to check the current files, you can use the ls as I mentioned. And in step 7, not 7, but 6, you can make your own the hello.c or hello4.c, your own new file with vi, as I mentioned in a past video clip, alright? And then you can check, you can get a new file. So if you check the bottom line of the new file, you can hello.c file name. If you make your own file name with your own name, such as the hello5.c, you can check your own file name here, right? And then you can check the cursor on top of the screen. That means Linux is waiting for the user typing, right? But as I mentioned in a previous video, if you want to type in a Linux of the C file, first you should press I. So I is the abbreviation of insert. So with the I typing, we can inform our typing preparation to the computer. So Linux and VI editor can cooperate it, and they are waiting for our typing in the C file. Okay, so you can check the inserting mode here under the bottom line of your empty file. In step 7, you can program, you can type your own C code here. Alright, and then this is the new information of this video clip. Until from step 1 to 7, I already talked it in a previous video, right? But from step 8, you are new about the how can we save our C file in the Linux, right? So it is a little difficult for a beginner, but if you are accustomed used to use the save mode too, you can use it very easily and quickly, so don't worry about it. After typing your own C program, after coding, you can save the file with ESC colon WQ exclamation. Okay, I can enlarge the comment here. Wait. Okay, this one. So you can remember and memorize this the comment for saving your own C code file. So as a beginner, please take a photo with your cell phone of this screen and periodically check your folder of your album of your cell phone. Okay, so first we should press ESC. Okay, ESC. ESC. Where is the ESC in your keyboard? If you check the top left side, you can check the ESC, right? The left top side or top left side of your keyboard. So if you press ESC in the Linux, they can recognize, oh, the user or programmer wanted to change from the inserting mode to the not inserting, saving, or other mode. So after pressing ESC, and then you can type colon WQ. So that means save and quit and exclamation. So there are 4 the special characters here. 2 special characters, 2 alphabet, lowercase, right? So colon WQ exclamation. All right. So please exercise it together right now. Okay. So you can open your the Linux here, and then you can make your own the directory with your English first name. In my case, Hayoung, right? And then we can go to Hayoung directory with the cd command. So you can check the different current paths from the original one to the my one, right? And we can check the what kind of files under the my current directory. No file here, right? So I can make hello.c, and then you can check the bottom line of the new file, hello.c, new file, right? Okay, and then I can inform my typing to computer with pressing I. So the inserting mode was started, and then I include standard input output file with stdio.h header file. That is the header file, right? So extension .h means header file. So this header file includes many kinds of input and output standard functions, all right? And we can inform the starting point of this C program with the main reserved word. And main is the function, so the brace open and brace closed. And the soft brace started with the body of the contents, of the each function, right? So we can go to the top line, and we can use the tab for the indentation, right? And printf is the standard the output function. So function started with the brace and closed with the closing brace, and then colon. So colon means this instruction command ends at this place, all right? So each instruction, each line of the C code closed with the colon, okay? So different from the interpreting languages such as Python or R, C program or each programming language has its own grammar, all right? So you should remember C program should end with the colon per each C code line, okay? So we can go to this one and then type hello with my first English name directory and close with the double quotes. So as you can see on the screen, hello with my first English name directory string starts with the double quotes, right? Double quotes, that is double quotes, and close with the another double quotes, right? So we will learn about the data type of the C programming step by step. But as you can see, imagine the data type and the grammar parts of the C program language are a little similar with the Python or R. So you are familiar with the Python or R already, right? So string close and open with the double quotes and close with the double quotes too. And then, as I mentioned, you should be very careful about the saving part. So if you want to save this file, press ESC. So if you the press ESC, there's no inserting mode right here, and then you can put colon with the shift key, and then WQ. You can check this part, colon WQ and exclamation, and then enter. After that, if you check your own file, you can command ls, and then you can check the hello.c. Alright, so even though this is the very easy part, but you or most students were not familiar with the C program language on top of Linux, right? So please repeat and exercise these steps from step 1 to the step around 10 steps. So, and then you can make your own another directory file, and then you can make your own file, and then you can type of the C code and then save. All right, so that is the step 8. How about step 9? We already checked the status of your own directory with ls, right? So you can check your own directory and your own file, right? In step 10, please check or view your the made file all by yourself. So if you use the vi .hello.c, you can check your own file, right? But if you want to save your time, I recommend you use exclamation with V. That means we want to use the recent, the past comment very quickly, right? So the last comment is the last vi comment is the vi hello.c, right? So computer, the Linux can record the history or trace of your command usage, right? So if we use the exclamation V, that means vi hello.c. So regardless of two kinds of command, you can check your own file. Okay, so for example, if you want to check your hello.c file, you can put exclamation and V, alright? And then you can enter. That means vi hello.c. So you can check your own file directory, okay? And then if you want to save your own file after modifying your content, as I mentioned, please put ESC and W, the colon WQ, exclamation, and enter. Alright, so in step 3, we already check or viewed our own file. Okay, so in this video, we follows the 10 steps from the login to the Linux server and make your own directory with your first name, and we check the files or status of your current directory, and we make our own file, and we can also check the status of our directory of the successful making of the file or not yet, and we make our own file finally, and we check the bottom line of the new file, and we press the I in the keyboard to insert our own code, and we type with the no grammar error, and we saved our file with the ESC colon WQ exclamation, and we checked our own file of the successful generation with the ls, and then we already check the content of our file with the exclamation V. Alright, so even though the all steps are a little easy for the programmer, C programmer, but as a beginner, I think they are not familiar with the all steps about the how can we make our own directory, how can we make our own file, how can we type the C code in the given the file, and how can you save our own file, and how can we check again our made the file, already predefined the file like that. So please repeat the usage of the all commands of all steps with this video clip before next video, and then you can complement the C programming codes as well as the computer structure and system concept with me. All right, okay, thank you for listening. See you next video soon. Bye bye.